Hello and welcome back to my YouTube page. Today's video is all about the three main mistakes that you need to avoid if you want to be a great public speaker. These mistakes are universal and I see them happening all the time. In fact, in my 20-year career, 20 plus years actually, these are the three most common mistakes that I see people make. So if somebody ever fails on stage, if something ever goes really wrong when someone's presenting online or on camera, it's 100% down to one of these three things. So I wanted to share them with you so you can avoid these mistakes. Before I get stuck into this content, as always, please do subscribe to my channel. Also, I do have an online training course which is all about how to be a better public speaker, funnily enough. And if you want to find out more about that, you can in the description bar. Right, let's get on with it. One of my teachings that I think is vital when it comes to being a better public speaker is this, and it's called plan, prepare, and practice. And this is what I want to focus on this video because these are the things that most people forget about. Before I get started, it's worth saying number 3 in this video is the most important tip, but number 1 and number 2 need to be done before that. But you want to watch tip number 3. That's the one that will make the biggest difference. The first biggest mistake that most presenters make is they fail to prepare. Now, what do I mean by prepare? Well, I'm not actually, in this point, talking about writing a script or preparing PowerPoint material. I'm talking about the fact that they fail to prepare themselves for the presentation in terms of finding out about who their audience are and what their expectations are. A lot of presenters think about themselves, which is really understandable. They'll be thinking things like, I want to say this, I'm really nervous, I'm not sure about this, I want to include this slide, blah, blah, blah. It's really easy as a presenter to think like that. But what you actually need to do to be a really great presenter is to think about your audience. So before you even start working on your presentation, you need to prepare to work on that presentation by finding out as much as you can about your audience. And in your preparation process, don't forget to also find out as much as you can about the event itself. You want to find out about the logistics of the event that you're presenting at. Now that might be where the thing is, how to get there, how to log in, have you got the details, etc. So don't just think about your presentation when you're presenting. Think about the bigger picture, and that all comes under the preparation process. The second thing that most presenters fail to do is to create a plan. If you want to create a great presentation, you need to plan in advance how you're going to do that. You need to set aside time in your diary to actually create the thing. So planning is really, really important. In your planning process, you can also plan what material you want to use with regards to what you show on screen, any video content, images, etc. And you can also plan your script. You don't necessarily have to write a script, but you definitely need to plan what you want to say well in advance of your presentation. And the third, and I would say biggest mistake that 95% of people make when they're doing a presentation is they fail to practice. I cannot count the amount of people that I have seen make this mistake, and it's such a shame because sometimes those people have done some preparation, they've done some planning, but they just haven't practiced the presentation. Now, by practice, I do not mean saying it out loud in your head. You need to practice a presentation by saying it out loud because, and this is the really, really important point that I was talking about at the start of this video, you do not want the first moment you say your presentation out loud to be the moment when you have an audience watching you. That is what leads to stage fright. That is what leads to bad experiences, and that is what can lead to a serious lack of confidence when it comes to presenting in front of an audience. So those are the biggest mistakes that people make. They fail to prepare, they fail to plan, and they fail to practice. If you prepare, plan, and practice, I promise you 100% that you will deliver a better presentation. I hope this information helps. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please do let me know in the description box below. If you like my channel and you like the tips and tricks that I deliver, you will love my online public speaking masterclass course, and you can find out more about that in the description box in my videos. As always, please do subscribe to this channel, and I look forward to seeing you next week.